You guys will sit down. No cell phones? That's the other thing I was supposed to say? Turn me down a little bit. Good job, Ben. You almost made me cry already. Shit. Alright. Hello, everyone I just met yesterday. We're here to celebrate the marriage between my little sister, Madeline, and my friend of until about 18 months ago, Doug. First met Doug 26 years ago when he showed up out of nowhere as the suddenly best-looking guy at Pueblo East High School. It's a pretty low bar to clear, but the girls did take a liking to him, and naturally I took a hating to him and called him gay. This was the 90s, no excuse, but I mean, come on. Anyway, we quickly became close friends because we shared 2 classes together, French and detention. Those two are quite related because despite having a mother and an aunt who both spoke fluent French, Doug didn't know his tête from his cool. And if I mispronounce those, blame Madame Appel for being too busy being harassed by us to teach us merde. Doug, always being the instigator, made me do horrible things. Such as when he made me make him throw hundreds of dollars worth of precious French materials into a dumpster out back. Or the time he thought it was a great idea to rev a car into neutral and then try to drop it into drive to see if we could peel out. Needless to say, a lot of ball bearings were left in that parking lot that night, along with Doug's dad's Bronco. And I won't even get into when he tried to make me climb down from a roof with no ladder. That did not end well for me, and that one was actually Doug's fault. Doug and I were partners in crime for the 2 years he was in Pueblo, and now he's committing the greatest crime of them all, marrying my sister. This better be a life sentence unless Madeline decides to commute it. I'd say we set the record for detention at Pueblo East High School, but there was a freshman kid from my gym class who was probably there more often than we were, and that's tough because it kept him away from his children. Seriously, for real. After that sophomore year, after Madame Appel had run out of detention slips, she was gone. And so was Doug. Back to the land of oranges and orange presidents, Florida. We were 2 inches away from me having to cut that out of the speech. That would have been a real tragedy. We might have had to cancel this entire thing out of respect for the dead. Shooter. Anyway. If Doug had stuck around for a couple more years, he would have been a senior when Madeline was a freshman, and that's the only thing that could be worse than what's happening right now. But as it turned out, Doug left, and Madeline had the good sense to avoid East High School, and me. And she always had the good sense in a lot of ways, and I don't know why. Perhaps it's because Dad dropped me on my head when I was an infant that we turned out so different, or maybe it's because I was raised in a dog kennel and she was raised in a house, or possibly it's because I was bit by a dog before she was even born. I imagine that after Madeline heard that story from the comfort of a not third-hand couch, that she might have vowed to never let an innocent dog be put down again. It must have been then, after she learned of Pokey's unfair treatment at the hands of vets who dare put a dog down for biting a 2-year-old in the face, that she became determined to become a vet herself. Rare is the person who chooses a career after hearing of her brother's brush with death. And in this pursuit, as in so many others, she was always diligent. For instance, she's been diligent in never taking a day off from annoying me. A streak she's extending right now. What are we doing out here? We're literally a mile away from a town called Purgatory. And when I made the ultimately fortuitous decision to invite them both separately to our house in Vegas to watch the Super Bowl 18 months ago, a place I'm sure we'd all rather be right now, it was love at first sight, and everyone that was there noticed it. Every single person that day asked, "What's up with Doug and your sister?" What was up with Doug? Well, a week later, he was busy very tactfully blowing up the previous 10 years of his life and booking a one-way flight to Boulder from Manhattan, from an apartment that he owned, with cats that were actually cool. And then there's Madeline. She's always blamed my wife and me for the demise of all of her previous relationships, and to that I say, you're welcome. Because I've never seen Madeline look at a non-cat the way she looks at Doug. She is doing it right now. I don't even have to worry about that part. And Doug told me less than a week after meeting his sister, or my sister, shit, sorry. Okay, that would be worse. Anyway, he told me that he thought people were making love up. That it wasn't a real thing, because he'd never felt it before. And now he understands songs and poetry and books and movies, and even though he still fails to appreciate anything remotely resembling art, he now at least understands Ross and Rachel. A Vegas wedding, by the way. I don't know. I stopped watching after that season, so I'm sure nothing bad happened. And this is really more of a Chandler and Monica thing from my perspective. Brother and former friend. Madeline told me I couldn't bring my keyboard, and also to keep this under 8 minutes, so this is the part where I'm supposed to wish you all good luck. But marriage isn't about luck. Finding each other in the first place, that was the lucky part. Marriage is when your luck runs out. Because y'all are stuck. Together. For fucking ever. Madeline, I believe you have some vows. Oh, I don't know what that thing is.
Most people don't know I'm a hopeless romantic. Always hoping I'd find the right person for me, but time and again coming up short. That is until you came into my life. I feel so incredibly hopeful standing up here today. I'm marrying this cutie I met when I was 12, who then you hauled into my life 25 years later. Doug, you surpassed every expectation I ever had for my future spouse. Never did I think someone could tolerate my sarcasm, my temper, my second brain, my perfectly acceptable and wonderful cats, or this guy. But not only do you tolerate them, you actually love and embrace those parts of me. This guy included too. Also, I love the irony that you're the only person ever banned from the Fujishiro household, and now you're a member of the family. My promise is to you, I will always work on us. This relationship is the most important part of my life, and I will do my best to put us first. I will be open to change. If we're unhappy, let's switch things up. Let's take risks. We'll travel, we'll move, quit our jobs, start over. Let's always do what feels good. Life is too short. So long as my legs and vocal folds are functioning, I'll be a singing, dancing idiot. So let's always be the old drunken fools at Taylor dance parties, and be prepared for renditions of My Heart Will Go On Until You Go Deaf. Lastly, I can guarantee I'll keep reaching new levels of insanity, so I promise we'll never be bored. Doug, you're the most thoughtful, patient, and unbelievably silly person I've ever met. I never imagined I'd find someone as wonderful as you. Laughing together and making you flappy fills my mouth. I love you, and I'm so excited to continue this crazy adventure together as husband and wife.
I have proposed to you several times, and this seems like the perfect opportunity to do it once more.
Oh, jeez.
Madeline and Mitsuko Fujishiro, will you marry me? What we have is amazing. We have more fun than two people should. You make me laugh. You laugh at my stupid jokes. You're beautiful and smart and so fucking crazy you leave me spinning. Madeline, will you marry me? Before you, I didn't believe in love. And then you walked into that bar in Vegas. And it became clear, painfully so, that you're the one I've been looking for. You're my person. This is the feeling that makes life worth living. Love. Love at first sight. Well, not first. High school doesn't count. Madeline, will you marry me? Thank you for not only giving me love, but also music. The Beatles now make sense. I never knew that love and pop songs could be this much fun. I want all of you. I want your complications too. I want your dreary Mondays. Darling, You're the one I want. Madeline, will you marry me? I vow to love you for the rest of my life. I look forward to our laughs, to you forcing me to go on long walks, scrapbooking late into the night, and Jug failing to keep up with the Fujishiro. The only thing that matters is you. You make me happier than I ever thought I could be. And if you let me, I'll spend the rest of my life trying to make you feel the same way. So one last time, Madeline, will you marry me?
Do this now? I love you guys, honestly, despite everything I said. I'm very proud of you, happy for you. And I now pronounce you woman and husband. Doug, you may hug my sister.
We'll do rings.
No. All right, don't hug my sister. All right, so now I pronounce you woman and husband. Doug, if you may hug my sister, I'll stand over here.
Hug first.
I said hug!
Oh, that was good.
You weren't listening?
Thank you guys.